You're listening to the Chat City interviews from 103.2 Preston FM.
Heidi was crowned the overall winner of the OpenMicUK 2014 at the NEC last Saturday. Having beat over 9,000 hopefuls, the final took place in front of a sold-out venue with celebrity and industry judges, and Heidi blew them away with that track. And hopefully she's on the phone now. So Heidi, a very good morning to you.
Good morning.
And I know you're on your mobile somewhere near Shrewsbury, so it's lovely to talk to you this morning. And tell us a little about yourself, Heidi. How long have you been singing, and the kind of influences in music?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I've been singing since I was sort of 6. Because I was always in choirs and stuff in school. I didn't get the solo or anything. I was always just, singing nicely at the back. But I'm quite short, so I think that's part of the reason they didn't notice me. But I've been writing songs since I was about 14, I guess. I sort of picked up the guitar and taught myself, and I've been writing songs for quite a long time now, and I've got a couple of albums which I've released on my own. And now I'm 28, even though I think I still stress like about a 7-year-old. So I thought, right, I'm going to enter a competition and see if I can get myself beyond, I was playing quite a few gigs around the country, but until you get to a sort of certain level of notoriety, you can't get into the best festivals, and I just wanted to get my music a bit more known, so I entered the competition in the summer last year, and then to my surprise I ended up winning last weekend, which is just amazing. Wow.
So was this then the first big competition that you've entered, Heidi?
Yeah, I've never entered a competition before, and people have always said, oh, why don't you try X Factor and things? And I've always said, no, I'm not the kind of thing for it. And in fact, I spoke to the head of Future Music, Chris Grayson, who runs the competition, and he said that he hasn't really sort of managed a left field artist before, but they were gonna take a risk on me this year. So it's like maybe music's moving in more of a quirky direction, which I hope.
Right. And I believe the venue was packed. I believe it was a sellout night down there. So
yeah, it's brilliant.
And you were up against quite a few others down there.
Yeah, I think there were 26 acts altogether from all over the country. So they'd come from Scotland, down south. I don't think there were any Welsh people. I might be wrong about that. And then there was another girl who was from, I entered in the Manchester region because that's where I went to uni. And there was one other girl from there, and she was a really amazing opera singer. So it's very diverse in terms of genre.
Right. And what's coming up in 2014 for you? What would you like to be doing, Heidi?
I'd really like to do some tours outside the UK, because I've got a lovely fan base in Italy who listen to my music in their, I don't know what the word is, in their droves, I think that's the expression. It's ridiculous. On one of my songs, in fact, Girlfriend it is, there's been like 100-something thousand plays on my SoundCloud, and it's all in Italy, so I really want to go over to Italy. I've just released an album, my second album, which you can get via my website, HeidiBrowne.co.uk, but I'm hoping to release my third one by the end of the year as well, because I've got loads of material and I just would love to get it out there.
Right. It is fascinating, this thing about where people listen to music, isn't it? Because so often you hear artists and they'll say, well, I've got a brilliant fan base, but usually China or Vietnam. So Italy's quite nice. So, wow, that's interesting. So I take it
it's quite a classy demographic, I guess. It'd be quite nice to go there for a holiday.
Well, that's what I was just thinking, and who knows? I mean, if you're getting so many hits at the moment, maybe some radio, TV company out there in Italy can pick up on this, and that would really help when you go over to Italy.
Yeah, I hope so.
So tell us a little...
Well, I've got I've got some sort of PR people helping me out now, so you never know.
That's right. Tell us a little then about the song Girlfriend, a very catchy song, really nice.
Well, I wrote that whilst I was living in Paris. I wrote quite a few songs over there, and I think I was quite inspired because it's a very creative place to be. And it was a jokey song. It was also a single, and me and my friend were just moaning about how it was just a freezing cold winter, and we were just saying, oh, it would just be nice to just have a boyfriend, even if all he did was snore in your bed and tell you that you were beautiful. That's how it came about.
And what about your family? I bet they were thrilled to bits last Saturday night.
Yeah, they were. Well, my dad was actually playing with me on stage because he's a musician, so he played keyboards. So when I got the award presented, he was obviously on stage with me. My sister was jumping up and down screaming, and the compere said, "Who's that?" And I said, "It's my sister." And he said, "Is she drunk?" And I said, "Possibly." And then she came up after and she said, "How dare you tell them I was drunk on stage?" But she wasn't.
Yeah.
She was just excited.
I see you putting the record straight now then, Heidi.
Yeah, I'm trying to redress the balance there.
Okay, that was a nice move. And was this then the probably largest audience that you'd played to on Saturday?
No, I supported Beverly Knight in one of the bands I played in as, not quite a teenager, I think I was about 21. We played a gig in Shrewsbury Quarry to about 2,000 people.
Right.
And obviously when I play on the radio, I think there's, like, Radio Shropshire I played once, and they said, oh, there's 9,000 listeners.
Wow.
So I think it probably isn't the biggest audience, but it was one of the most supportive crowds. They were brilliant, because I was just playing the second chorus, and they all just started clapping on the offbeat. And most of the people that were clapping didn't even know me, so it was really nice. I felt like I could sort of won over a crowd of people who weren't actually there to support me necessarily. They just enjoyed the song. So right. It was really nice.
So you do know this part of the world. Did you say you studied at Manchester Uni?
Yeah, I studied at Manchester. I played at Lancaster Music Festival last year, and they invited me back, so I should be there again. And in fact, funnily enough, my keyboard player, well, it's not that very funny at all, but my keyboard player, just after the gig, his lung collapsed spontaneously, and they sent an ambulance from Preston, because I was saying this morning, oh, what connections have I got with Preston? My keyboard player said, well, that's when they sent the ambulance from for me. So, although I haven't played any gigs in Preston, I have availed myself of their ambulance facilities.
Oh, I think that's a lovely link. There's a really nice link. Well, I mean, the thing about Preston FM, this radio station is a big supporter of live music, live artists. I've been around a few radio stations, but never one like Preston FM where we support live artists so much. So,
brilliant.
I'll
come over and play for you.
I would love that. So if you're heading this way, we would love to see you in the studio. And I wish you all the best, and we can keep in touch. I know we arranged this at very short notice this morning. Yeah. So it has been.
That's fun. I'm glad you invited me on. It's nice to chat, and definitely if I get a gig over Lancaster way or even Southport, I'll pop in and have a chat. Yeah,
please do, because Lancaster, Southport, just up the road, so that would be very nice to do that. And again, congratulations on winning the OpenMicUK last weekend. And
thank you.
I look forward. Oh, just give us the websites again, Heidi. Where can people find your music and find out about you?
Okay, it's Heidi Browne.co.uk, and Heidi Browne, the Brown has got an E at the end, just to confuse people.
Okay, well, lovely to speak to you. I know you're in you're in a coffee shop or somewhere at the moment, so hopefully I'll let you enjoy a drink now. And thank you for talking to us on Preston FM. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
103.2 Preston FM.
Your community.
Your radio.